Hello and welcome to this week's edition of This Week at Gear Report, the show where we talk about everything that's been published since the show last week, things that are in our review queue, and then pretty much anything else we want to talk about. So we call that shit shooting. I'd like to draw your attention down here. Yeah, you see that, ATF? We're not fans. We're going to keep calling you out for doing un-American things as long as you insist on doing them. We're going to keep that boo ATF up there, not only doing un-American things, like aggressively and smugly doing un-American things. It's very troubling, if you ask me. So, and hey, since I'm the one running the show, I'm going to ask me. I'm going to say what I want on that. Okay. I talked to TJ earlier today. He was planning on being here. Apparently, he got lost somewhere. So I'm sure he'll join us shortly. A couple reminders for you. If you're out there, please leave a comment. Let us know you're there. We don't know you're there unless you say something. Number two, this is a participatory program. That means it's going to kind of suck more if you don't say anything. If you just leave it up to me to entertain you, it may or may not happen. If you participate, if you make comments, if you give us suggestions on things to talk about, the show gets a whole lot better. So with that, let's see, why don't we dive in? I'll tell you what, since TJ is not here yet, and he always hates the guitar segment, I'm going to show you, wait right here. All right, so we're gonna look at two real quick, just for a size comparison. We have a standard Fender Stratocaster in yellow, and then let's see if I can get them lined up so they're the same height. Yeah, look how much bigger this one is. That would be the new bass. Yeah, so I've been wanting to experiment with a bass guitar, so I got this one. It's a 6-string bass, and I thought, you know what, that would be kind of fun to mess with. So I picked up this. It's probably 20 or 30 years old, but looks almost brand new. Maybe we will play around with that later. But I see TJ is here. We're going to invite him onto the program.
What's up?
And see if that will help pick things up, make some people show up and watch.
Yeah, I'm here, people. Come on. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you hear me?
Cool. Yeah.
You must. You've been responding to me. So
I got my new headset. I'm excited.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's fancy.
I move my camera so I'm centered up a little better. Good.
Oh, hold on. I'm ill prepared.
Hey, but you're here. So that's good. We appreciate that. We did the introductory portion and talked about what we do here. Now, let's dive in real quick into what kind of what stuff has been published lately. So let's see here. We're going to share. I think we're going to do that whole window over on the other screen. We're going to bring that up. First and foremost, I want to call your attention to, oh no, I clicked the wrong thing. That's good.
This looks like, yeah, there you
go. I went the wrong direction. Let's go back that way. Maybe that'll work. No. Okay. That's what I want, is Guitar Gear Report. I want you guys to see what we have here. Come on. Internet is going slow.
I like the blue.
And I put little shorts up there every now and then. I actually have a bunch of them that are in the editing queue to get ready to post. So that those should go up whenever I take a few minutes to do that. But whenever someone purchases from our from the Guitars for Sale section of Gear Report or through our Reverb store, then I will post a video of that guitar just to show how everything works, how the controls are laid out, and and that everything functions before it ships. And we had another one posted up here for Ibanez AXS32 that I actually haven't added. It's still listed on the for sale page here, right there. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you, sir.
Listed as sold, but still pictured here. I'll mark them as sold, leave them up there for a little while. But anyhow, I added a whole bunch more stuff to this page. So while it was not a fresh, new published article, I added down here at the bottom this whole batch of effects pedals. So it was like 22 or 25 different effects pedals that that I added up there in the for sale page. So anyhow, if you know anyone who likes guitar stuff, please introduce them to that page that we just showed, which you can find under the guitar section, guitars and gear for sale. Defense Dad with the appropriate number of yo's. That is appreciated. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for understanding our long-standing rule that we do. Three rows. Three goes. I know. I saw you drinking a beer, and then my speech.
You got constant buzz?
Apparently. Yeah. So anyhow, let's get back to the other. So that was kind of an unofficial publish. It didn't show up on the main Gear Report page, on the home page as a new post, because it was additions to that guitars for sale page. We did have, shortly after the show last week, from AJ, he reviewed a tactical holster system from Elite Survival Systems, and it is meant to use with Molly gear. I used to know what that acronym meant, but I don't remember. If anyone knows what Molly stands for, then feel free to leave a comment, because I don't remember. Listening while I shop online for a new watch band, it's harder than it should be. Hey, if you get excited about watch bands, who's to say how? Oh, you didn't mean that kind of hard. Never mind. Moving on. So the Elite Survival Systems Tactical Molly holster got a rare 4.5 out of 5 gears, which we'll load that page in the background and talk about what that means in just a second. AJ really liked this. And you see it, putting his Humvee to work as like the hand model, so to speak, to hold the pistol. That looks like one of the AREX pistols, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Bellum ammunition. He's just going all out there to get Global Ordnance.
Marketing genius.
I know. It's crazy how adept he is at that.
I need a Humvee now. I'm going to have to buy one just so I have cool things.
You should. Oh, I know I told you this. Oh, look at this. Defense Dad loves his Elite Survival Systems bags. Well, that's good to hear. All right.
There you go.
I don't think I've ever used anything of theirs. Customizing an old watch. Well, I suppose that sounds interesting. I don't wear watches. I can't stand having something on my wrist. So I don't understand how people wear watches, but because it just drives me up a wall. But I know there are lots of people who love them and love accessorizing them and having all different types of watches. And
I wear them when I go. I wear them when I go out. None of the watches I have work, but they look fancy, so I just wear them when I go out. It's like, it's just so I can accessorize.
I got a couple watches at an airport in, where was I? Uruguay, maybe. I think that's where I was. Yeah, we just stopped in. We were doing an embassy run.
Couple Rolexes.
I got a tag and a Rolex. A tag and 2 Rolexes, I think. I think I spent like $75. They were like $25 a piece or something. And I mean, I wore them quite a bit. I got a lot of compliments on them. People like, "Oh, wow, that's awesome." Yeah. And I'd tell them, and they'd get offended. Like, "What do you mean it's fake? What you're about that? You're gonna wear fake stuff?" Like,
well, I'm not gonna spend $6,000 on a watch, so yeah, I'd rather buy guns.
Yeah,
or Humvees.
I don't really care about this. I just think it's funny to see how people react to it. 20 watches.
It was only 7 days a week.
Well, I'm just picturing 10 on each arm. That's what you do, right?
Yeah.
And stab. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he'll let us know. Perhaps I read that situation incorrectly. It's hard to say. Anyhow, AJ really liked his ESS holster. I'm not going to read you the whole thing or give you any more tips on what he said. You're going to have to go read it because that's how this works. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy that mofo and I'm going to paste it in the comments. So now you have no excuse. This is the generic you talking to anyone out there. You have no excuse for shunning AJ's hard work and not reading his review of that holster.
Right there. I see it.
Just looking at it, though, do you envision like a practical use for you for that type of holster?
I mean, maybe put it on my plate carrier.
Yeah.
Or the back of a back seat of something that had
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. So like I've got a carbon fiber MOLLE panel that I need to put in the Humvee, and I have cloth MOLLE panels on the back of both of the front seats of the Humvee. That could probably work in one of those situations. I have like a chest rig. It's funny. I got my first plate carrier. Oh, you know what? I bet. Does my mic sound really hot? I see it. It's spiking.
A little bit.
I turned it up when I was.
It's tough because I've got my. I had to turn my earphones down a little bit, or my headphones down, whatever they are. My ear coverings, the things where the sound comes through.
I don't know what that comment meant, so I'm not going to put it on the screen. Anyhow, yeah, I have a hard, like a level 2 retention holster that I use on a chest rig when I'm hunting. But the funny thing is my first plate carrier, not a chest rig, because I had one that was just a load bearing. That's a neat comment here. They can go inside on a MOLLE system inside a backpack. Yes, I have some packs that have something set up like that. You know what? I think it could look cool on. I'm not sure how it would fit on my tactical helmet, but I bet there's a way to mount that holster on here somehow.
Yeah, little quick access.
I'd probably have to have a holster on each side, though, to keep it balanced. So, yeah. And then front to back, they'd have to be balanced. But, okay, so truth be told, probably a terrible idea, but, you get what you pay for.
But it's out there.
Yeah. Yep. All right. What does that 4.5 mean? AJ, in his estimation, he says that is likely the best product in its class and price point. That's a pretty bold statement, I think. So, yeah. You can go read the review and see if you agree with his assessment based on what he said. Was it too high? Was it too low? It was too low. 4.5 is pretty high. I see pictures. I'm curious if you've noticed this as well, TJ, because I know that you are all over the interwebs and the social medias and all of that. But if you're on Instagram and you look at Gear Report Caleb, who is Caleb, the author of this article here, this is the rusty hood of a truck that's got some kind of rust and some white and some yellow in it. I will see that hood with something on it, and I'm like, oh, that's Caleb. I don't even have to
automatically
post it. Like, I recognize that truck.
You guys have Humvees. He's got a rusty hood. I have a fence panel. Snob has a post. I mean, everybody's got their thing.
Yep. So let's see. What do you give this? X out of 5. What? I remember editing that. All right.
Did you?
I must have failed to save something. That makes me wonder, what else did I?
What else did you know?
That didn't get changed? I'm going to fix that right now and save it because
you guys are going to watch Jeff, the editor, in action.
This is where the magic happens, right? Behind the scenes. This is how WordPress works incredibly slowly because this little computer can't handle broadcasting.
I never get to see this end of everything.
Really? Wait, what?
Yeah.
That is a bold-faced lie.
Listen, I send them to you and then you edit them, and they all look
So
fancy when they come out.
it looks like. Do you agree that those little holes in the wood here in that image appear to be like that is a reel, like a wire reel? You know, like they put up electric
Probably
lines
one of
or
those
phone
spools. Yeah.
cables or something that looks like a cable spool.
Mm-hmm.
I think I posted something on socials a week or two ago where you can take one of these and you cut two little like triangle shapes and then lower them and put them on a post, and now you have a shooting bench with that's ambidextrous or amphibious, whatever. Um, you know what I mean? Do
Nice.
you remember seeing that one? Son of a. All right. You see that? It still says X. Let me refresh it. Maybe I went back to the old version instead of reloading it. Oh,
See, it's the magic people.
I have defective magic. Look at that. It's still showing X. All right, it's not taking edits for some reason. That is
It's 10 out
bizarre.
of 5 stars for everybody else.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to try to fix that from the other computer. Anyhow, it's a 4. 4 out of 5 is still really good.
Yeah.
And it's not the first thing from Maven that Caleb has checked out and reviewed. So he seems to think that this is one of those up and up, moving up on the move type companies that you should keep an eye on, where you tend to get a little bit more than what you pay for. Some of the bigger established companies, you may not get quite as good of a deal. And he seems pretty happy with the deal that you get out of these. Yes, it was one of those wire spools. We see it now. So if you just cut a little notch out there, a little notch out here at the bottom, and lower those down and put it on like a 4x4 post that's about a foot tall or 18 inches tall or whatever, now you've got a shooting bench.
Fancy.
Which, I mean, he's using it as a shooting bench anyway.
Right, exactly.
But yeah. All right.
I only need to cut out one side.
You don't care about the left-handed people, the wrong-handed people?
Wrong-handed people, no.
You know the reason I would cut both sides? If I want to have a spotter, then they can sit, with the spotting scope beside them.
Yeah, I want them on a tripod, like right behind me.
Yeah, so they don't get the table movement. Yeah, that's
table
probably
movement, shells in the face, whatever,
Yeah. Yep. All right, so we got that review from our hunting editor Caleb talking about having some good glass for hunting, and for quite a while I didn't use binoculars. I didn't take binoculars when I went hunting, and then I read about an incident and was like, oh yeah, I probably want to have binoculars instead. And there is a downside to this, but do you know why I started carrying binoculars, even though like I had a rifle with a scope on it?
Because you're old.
No, because to look at anything through the scope, you got to point the gun at them.
Oh.
And what if you see movement and you pull the gun up and you realize, oh, there's people downrange. I don't want to be pointing the gun at them. Especially if I'm pulling it up with the safety off, thinking I'm about to shoot something. I don't, We
never had that issue when we were hunting.
Yeah.
Everybody was pointed away from everybody. Like every tree stand, like, here's your area this way. And then here's your area this way.
Yeah. Well, and they're easier to maneuver too. Like moving, like I've got some of the rifles that I use when I deer hunt. If I'm going out to a little bit longer distance, I'll have one.
Well, it's easier on the eyes too. You're not trying to look through your scope the whole time versus,
I'll have a kind of hefty rifle with a silencer on the end that puts some more mass out there to hold and move around. And the binoculars are real compact and a whole lot easier. So it took me a while to get to where I was kind of a binocular advocate for hunting, but I am now, and according to Caleb, this looks like a pretty good option. I wonder what they cost. Let us see. We go to mavenbuilt.com. $425.
Ooh.
So these are not super cheap, but these aren't like $5,000,
Yeah.
super high end either. This is, I think probably in that price range where your serious hunters would consider this, and your minute of pie plate guys are probably going to be like, what? Well, I got a scope.
I'm going to the pawn shop and get a pair for $20.
Yeah.
Those old ones in the leather case that are heavy as hell.
Gotcha. So let's see. Was there anything else that I wanted to share while we were in here? No, I think I'm good. Actually, I'll show something here just because I'm going to talk about something. I'm going to talk about a couple things here. I didn't go swim today. I'm supposed to go twice each week. I went once, and people are probably going to be like, the like the coach and the people at the pool, like, oh, one time and he's not coming anymore. I jacked my back up pretty bad yesterday, and I was afraid to go do anything today. I was just laying on the heating pad for a while to try to get it to loosen up. But we do have some content. If you've got, if you know anyone who's like a high school swimmer and you need to get gear or Christmas gifts or anything for them, we've got a guide for the gear for that. We've got a guide for wrestling gear. If you know anyone who wrestles, we've actually got a few of these with, we've got a review of some shoes and another wrestling shoes and headgear, and
I'll throw some high jump gear up on there for it. We'll just cover all the sports: high jump, basketball.
I mean, I'd love to have a guide for all of the different high school sports. I think that'd be awesome. And then, just go in every year.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah.
Yep. I think it can be really helpful for people. So, but I meant to take a picture today to share here. And I forgot to. I did take a picture I put up on the social media jungle today of my excellent parking job, and I will go. We'll go look at that real quick because I was kind of proud of this.
He took a picture, so it had to be good.
Well, it's something that I like to do periodically, just to be sure that my neighbors understand. Don't even suggest a homeowners association around here or have any expectations. I don't have generally broken down cars in the yard, but sometimes I just kind of aim for the house when I'm pulling in and make sure I stop before I hit it. And that's good. And if I'm on the driveway or in the yard, it's really irrelevant. As long as I'm on my property, then I'm happy with that. So this was my, parking in suburbia.
There you go.
Post. But what you can't see, what I wanted to post is why my back was all jacked up today. I've been running the half doors on the truck. So like literally they only come up to like the base of the window, and then it's wide open. There's no glass. There's no nothing.
It's getting ready to be cold season.
And it's starting to get a little chilly, and it's been raining a lot. And the funny thing is I'll go out and get in it. And if I leave the car windows down a crack, when I go to get in, everything is soaked. The Humvee didn't even have side windows at all for months. And it was rare that I get in and the seat was wet. Even if it was raining, I'd get in it and the rain isn't really blowing sideways at just the right angle, then it doesn't get in it anyway. So my biggest worry was like birds making nests in it or squirrels, or like I get in and a snake is crawling around because there wasn't anything to keep it out. But the wildlife was really my biggest concern. But in putting the doors back on, the doors have got an armor layer on them, and they're about 100 pounds a piece. And lifting them up to get them in place, one of them, I missed the pin hole to get the hinge in place, and I had to lift it a couple times to try to get it aligned. And in doing that, I was doing it all with like my lower back, and my back was screaming at me after that.
Lift with your back, not with your legs.
Well, that's the thing. My legs, I was already like going up on my tippy toes trying to lift it enough. There was nothing I could do. Like I couldn't let go of it because if I did, it was going to snap the hinge pin off. Like it would just fall. I had to get it lifted, but the angle of how I was holding everything, the only thing I could do was get my whole body up. I couldn't. Just wouldn't work. So anyhow, the Humvee is back in winter configuration. And I mean, talk about another heavy thing. I've left the shield up there for a couple months, and I hate because it's like a big air dam, and I know that it hurts my fuel mileage even more. Like probably takes me from 9 to 8 or something, 9 to 7 and a half. I don't know.
9 to 8.4 or something. I don't think it hurts it that much.
But the angle on it, like the where I have to stand to lift, there's not a good place to lift. It's very awkward, and it messes with my back. So I'm like, screw it. I just leave it up there.
Yeah, I would.
Which I think is just another message to the neighbors. You know,
like
I don't know what the message is.
Is he getting ready for something?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Don't go over there though.
I don't want to get involved in anything. You know, like when it goes down, I hope I'm not there because I don't want to participate in any of that. Where's
he going? I thought he had our backs. No, he's gone.
I try to train for whatever I need to, but desperately hope that I never need to use any of that training, you know. And then the extra large 6-string bass guitar that I picked up today, I took a picture on the Humvee, which I was doing with every guitar for a while, trying to make it like a branding thing, like every guitar, like when you see a picture of a guitar on a Humvee, you think Gear Report. And then the weather turned bad, and I was like, I'm not going out there. And started taking them in the studio. And some of those pictures turned out so good that I was like, dang, I'm going to keep taking them in the studio because they look better when I take the pictures like this one in the studio. It's like, I can get the lighting just right.
Yeah, you can control everything.
That one's a little busy, but you know, I like them that way. So let's see, we can get rid of, if you're not already following Gear Report on all the socials, we're pretty much Gear Report everywhere. So you can go find us. You can follow if you like. You can not follow if you like. Whatever makes you happy. I try to not be too demanding with people. It's like, if it's helping you.
You follow now.
Yeah. Let's see, Guitar Gear Report. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it down here in the comments. All right, so we have covered all of the different...
You're getting way more efficient with the stuff now.
I'm trying. I had tried to... I'd like made a real effort to not get too efficient with it so as to not lull you into a sense of complacency where you're like, oh, I'm not even going to try because he does it all. I was like, if I just kind of sit on this, maybe TJ will step up and take it over. But then you log in from the other account where you don't have the rights to do it. I'm like,
I know.
Yeah. I usually say that under my breath. So I just slipped out this time.
I know you say it though, so it's fine. You can say it.
Oh yeah. You can see it in my eyes.
Why does he keep
even on the little tiny screen?
Yeah, I dude, I know. I sense it.
Yeah. I hide it so well. Okay. You know, I was actually going to get floor guns for today.
I have floor guns.
So we could do like the battle of the floor guns. And that sounds bad. Like we would
brought
actually
floor guns today.
And I don't want to battle with guns, but you know,
you can't because you have all the bougie guns.
Another gun. Yeah. So I'll go and get the disclaimer out of the way. Any firearms that may appear on this program are unloaded. There's no ammo nearby. They're in a safe environment, and it's only for, you know, showing things purposes. It's not like nothing tactical or tactical or any of that's going to happen.
Right.
So, but this is not an actual firearm. This is
look at that.
A SB tactical pistol brace. You see the SB down here.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I tripped on coming to my desk for the show and was like,
why is this out?
I put that in the middle of the floor
for a reason.
To send that to TJ. So now it is on my desk where
it's getting there day by day. It gets closer and closer.
Yes, exactly. It gets closer to where it needs to be in order to actually get shipped. So you can finish putting together the 8.6 blackout.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
With my ammunition I got from Gorilla.
Yeah.
And I get my free hat.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, you buy a bunch of ammunition, they give you a free hat.
Yeah.
Actually, I just asked. I was like, how much are those hats? I'm like, well, we'll just give you one. I was like, thanks.
Yeah. That was nice.
That was nice.
Because see, they're figuring out who you are. I think, well, and we've talked about this. You can be a little shy, and
I am. I'm learning though. I'm learning the Jeff way, or the Gear Report way.
Yeah, yeah, and that really, in my opinion, comes down to, like, I'm not asking for stuff unless it's going to be a good marketing business deal for both parties. And if that's the case, then why would I feel bad about it? Like, it's smart for everyone, so let's do it. All right. So here's something new that I'm going to put. Let's see if I can adjust. Oh, I hate it. I'm going to, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch us.
Is that your pacemaker?
Yeah. No, dumbass. Pacemaker.
Is your life alert?
It's life alert. It's for when I fall and I can't get up. Pacemaker. Come on. All right.
This is going to be awesome, dude. A rechargeable pacemaker.
I'm going to adjust it a little higher just for the camera. Man, and everything's so dark. I should have worn a lighter color shirt for this. Okay, so you see where it's sitting. We'll put it inside the shirt. And then...
Does it shock you? Because that would be awesome.
Oh, son of a bitch. I don't have the... I thought I had the full GoPro experience here, and I don't. So I've got one of the little GoPro type cameras, but I don't have the thing to attach it to this. But assume that it would be attached to this piece here. Okay. All right, which it would be if that case is probably up here somewhere. But I know it's going to shock people to hear this, but my life is a mess because I am incredibly disorganized and change what I'm doing at a moment's notice. So anyhow, imagine that this was in the case where it would mount on here. Then this has a magnet on the back, and that piece had a magnet. So let's see. Oh,
you're Iron Man. Oh my God.
Yeah. So that means you can clip this anywhere. Like, it's way strong enough. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Rips
almost
the shirt.
disturbingly strong. Yeah. So yeah, the idea here is that awesome. It allows you to have a mount that, man, I mean, you get it too close and it jumps together. Yeah. So, I think this will be neat for various different things potentially. In any place where we have fabric like that, we can mount a camera magnetically.
That's awesome.
Like if we're out doing something, it doesn't have to be a shirt like this or hanging around.
I should wear the circle bar when we're down there.
It could go on a tent. Yeah, you could. But then you'd have to wear a shirt, and that would kind of ruin the whole mood.
Yeah. I don't know. If it's a magnet, it could go to my nipple piercing and stick right on.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
I don't know if it would stay like level the whole time. It might move around, but.
Oh, so that's kind of the neat thing. Apparently, actually, this one looks a little different than one that I'd read about before. So this is something from Amazon that I just opened it, and we'll be reviewing it. And this could end up being part of the review. I may clip some of this video out and put it in a review. But there we go. It's from, I don't know if TJ left on purpose so I could do this or not. But let's take this off the screen and we'll talk about the Surewo, Surewo, mount for an action camera that you would attach it just like your typical GoPro action camera mount here. And then that plate magnetically really firmly attaches to your mounting plate that you can put inside your shirt. So that's sitting right here. So now this will magnetically attach and then allow you to have your camera sitting there right where you need it. So here we go. Is that going to suffice as a review? Actually, probably not. Like for Amazon, because we got the ticker going across the bottom. And so if you have any kind of branding, here's something that's
so bad
about Amazon with the reviews. If I have anything that says Gear Report, they'll reject it. They'll say, sorry, you violated our terms. But the account, if you want to go find my reviews on Amazon, all like 3,000 and however many reviews we've done on Amazon, search the reviews for Gear Report. Like when you find it, it'll have the little Gear Report circle, like the one you see up here over TJ's head. That icon is our icon for reviews. But if we show that icon, that's on our profile, and it's called Gear Report. But if we say Gear Report anywhere in the review or have that image that is our profile image, if we have that show up anywhere in the images or video for the review, they'll nix it. They won't let us have it. So
I had some pictures that were watermarked with the Gear Report one time, and they're like, "Nope, can't do it." I'm like, "Come on."
Yep.
Actually, that was my fault. I tried to sneak them in there. They were really good pictures. I was like, I'm using them. I don't have to take new ones.
Yeah. So I'll have to, and it is annoying that like if I'm reviewing something on Gear Report and on Amazon, I'll have to run the pictures twice. I'll export them out of Picasa twice, once with the watermark, once without.
That's what I know.
Yep. That's how it is. All right, so upcoming review stuff, we saw that, and I actually don't even know exactly what I'm going to use that, but I saw someone else recently. Oh, I know who it was. It was Nacho, Tactical Nacho, who did the Arex Delta initial review video last week from that gun that I had Global Ordnance send him to review. He used one of those cameras while he was filming, or one of the camera mounts that was magnetic. And then I saw one in Amazon Vine and was like, ooh, I think I'm gonna grab that, see how it works.
Yep.
So I was skeptical that it would be strong enough, but now that I see how strong that magnet is, it's gonna be fine.
Not a problem.
Yeah, that'll be kind of neat to play with, though. All right, so let's see what else. We talked about the SB Tactical pistol brace that will go on the 8.6 blackout that you're putting together.
Yep.
What else do we need to talk about that is coming? I have open on my desktop here. Actually, I'm gonna. I can't see which one that is.
Hold on. Oh, I can't see that. Hold on. There it is.
That's the little TX22 or competition, right?
Yep. See, I told you I had 4 guns today. I'm excited.
I like that. We gotta figure out 2 things with your lighting. One, you look super shady with the hat bill. Which I mean, you have shifty eyes, so
I do. That's why I like the.
So maybe that works better.
Yeah,
it's like wearing David Bowie eye makeup without actually wearing the makeup.
It is. That way I don't have to put on my David Bowie eye makeup.
But the other thing is holding things up, and I see the same thing on mine. We got to figure out how to get the lighting right for holding things up.
Yeah,
because like the gun was hard to see.
I know. Hold on. Let's see. When we got this, the new one, the True Vision.
There, yeah. See, when you turn it, you get the reflection.
Right.
and it's a little easier to see. Yeah. So that's the new Mepper light that replaced the RDS Pro, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's a little more compact.
Or you had the RDS Pro too, but yeah, I had the original RDS Pro,
right?
Which is obnoxiously large, but awesome. I really like it. And then you got the better one. Yeah, the RDS Pro 2. And now you got the even better one that you said True Vision is what they called it.
Yep.
So now you got a magnifier
True Vision
behind that. Man.
Yeah, I put my Sig magnifier.
Fancy.
Well, he said it worked with magnifiers. He said it worked with magnifiers, so I was like, I had to test it. So that's
Flying Rich with 3 Yos.
Yep, the True Vision. Yeah. That's the little one.
Cool.
So yeah,
we appreciate the right number of Yos, Flying Rich.
Yes, we do.
I feel like Rich is messing with us. I think Rich is messing with us here. Circle Bar.
Rich, he should come to the Circle Bar with me one time.
Or every night, whatever.
Every night when I'm down there,
figure it out.
Zip on by.
Yeah, I think we'll likely spend more time there this year. Well, we'll have to see. I'm of limited social value on any given day, but especially when I get tired at the end of the day at SHOT Show, it's like I know I need to be there and mingle with people, but I have a feeling that it appears too forced. Because I'm like, it's past my bedtime. I want to go to bed.
Well, you can just leave me. You can just set me free.
Yep.
I'll be down there regardless.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless we have to walk through Hobo Land.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Flying Rich can be your wingman at the Circle Bar.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yep. Is it cheesy?
I hope
yeah. Did I say it? Hell yeah. Okay. Fix It Mike called it absolutely TX22 competition.
Yep. No problems with it so far.
Just got the TX22. Okay, cool.
You haven't had any problems with it so far. I thought I was having a couple stovepipes. I thought it was the ammo, and then I just actually lubed it up, and everything works now.
So you quit limp-wrist in it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
I say that in jest.
If you limp wrist that, it's.
But if you remember the first few times that we shot together, oh geez, how many decades ago was that? I don't even want to think about it. But TJ and I lived in a fraternity house together years and years and years ago, and I was the keeper of the armory, which I imagine would make people's heads explode today, the way people are about guns and schools and everything. But we were off campus. We were right across from campus. But behind us, we had it was a perfect pistol pit behind us. Yep. It was where they had cleared out. We're in the mountains and there was a hill. And as it came down, it's like they just cut a section out to develop something, but then they never built it. So it was just cut. It was a freaking pistol pit. And we would go up there and shoot, walk out of the door of the fraternity house and go, 7 yards up the road, hang a left into the dirt, and then start shooting into the big berm.
Yeah.
And I do remember a couple people saying that they were in some of the closer buildings across the highway on campus and were a little freaked out that it sounded like there was a war going on over at the Delta Chi house. But, you may recall back then when I got my first Glock, my first gen Glock that I carried for 20-something years. When I first got it, I had some issues initially because it was the first of that type of pistol that I'd shot. And I was limp wristing it a little bit. So I was really kind of referring to the problem I had when I started shooting that type of gun way back in the day. I mean, sure, was I 18 and didn't know what I was doing? Yeah. But I think technically I had also qualified expert with the M9 by then, but we'll just ignore that. And the plastic guns were different.
They were. No, I like the even when I was in Carolina up in Cashers, we would just go out, walk across the driveway and shoot. We had nothing but woods up there, and just unload the SKS, AKs, Mosins. Back when I couldn't afford real guns, I had those guns that I don't have
real guns.
Back in the day, I didn't.
Hmm.
Yeah. I didn't
So
like them
what
back
so SKS is one that I had one. You remember? I don't remember the name of the little pawn shop gun store that was along the
then. Yep.
highway as we're going
Yeah.
into town.
That's where I got a
I
lot of my
bought a
stuff
bunch
from.
of stuff there.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I got that. I think I got the SKS
Roses.
roses.
Roses. Yep. Roses are a little hard, or a little, what was it, like a, what
It
was
was
it?
like a predecessor to a Walmart.
Yeah.
It was like the redneck version of
You could
Kmart back
buy,
in the day.
they had M1 Garand, they had everything in there. It was like crazy. You go in there like, huh. And that's
Yep.
what I could afford back then. So I was like, whatever. I'm
If
like,
it
oh, I'll
was
get this gun.
cheap surplus guns, I think I paid
Yep.
$99 for that SKS. I just
Mhm.
sold it like 3-4 years ago. Um, it had been sitting in the safe for years
Yeah.
because I hated that gun. Like from the get-go, I hated almost everything about it. It's just the way it operated. It was big, clunky, heavy,
Yeah.
very imprecise. I did not enjoy an SKS. And then when I sold it, I think I had an aftermarket folding black polymer stock on it, and I think someone gave me like $800, and I was like,
You're like,
"Do I even sell to someone who's willing to give me $800 for this?"
this is my
Like
best deal ever.
they're clearly mentally defective if they think this is worth
No,
eight
dude.
hundred
I
bucks.
sold, I mean, those Mosins, you put the, my hunt, because I had one for hunting rifle, and I put I think it was a Tasco polymer stock on it,
Mm.
and then the rear sight scope mount, and put
Mhm.
that on it, and then I ordered the bent bolt,
Yep.
and that was my hunting rifle forever. And somebody offered me like $400 and something for it, and I was like,
Sold.
yeah, I was like, I paid like $50 for this gun.
How many you
Yeah, I
want?
got like $130 into it. I was like, all right.
Yep. Yep. You doing any hunting this year?
No, I don't get to go hunting. I
I
want
keep
to. I
saying
want to
I'm
go
gonna.
back up to Georgia and go hunting. I liked it. I liked it up there. Down here, it's tough. You got to know somebody with some land, and I don't want to go to Hunter's Envy because they're doing charters and guides and all that stuff. So I don't want to. I'm not going to pester there or take their harvesting. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think the deer are smaller down there too, aren't they?
yeah,
They're like the size of race dogs.
no, they're Great Danish.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like just below Georgia deer. I think the farther north you go, the bigger
Yeah.
they get.
Yep. Yep.
So like I want to go. Like I would love to go up to like Pennsylvania up there hunting for the big boys. Or out in Kansas somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. You go out west and go after the mule deer or elk.
yeah, I throw in. I've been throwing in for tags all the time.
Hmm.
But
You just
one
don't
day,
get it?
no, one day I'll get one.
Huh.
I watch Meat Eater all the time, and he's always like, "Yeah, I put in for these tags. I put in this for this tag 10 years. Finally got one." I was like,
Wow.
it's like, so I get a few more years to wait because
Wow.
like he's kind of famous. So you figure they're like, oh, let's let him go.
I don't know.
I think it's just a random lottery.
Yeah. Well, it's a government-run operation, right? So whatever it's supposed to be, it's probably not done right.
No,
I'm sure it's overrun by bureaucracy and incompetence. But hey, that's just my cynical view of everything.
you throw in your permit with a check for $1,000. They're like, oh yeah, you got a tag. Crazy. I don't know how that happened.
Blank check too.
Yeah, my first time ever I applied. Like, okay.
Yeah. Dear person processing my application, just go cash this. You don't have to tell anyone, just make sure I get a tag.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That would probably work in a lot of states.
Probably.
I would never recommend that to anyone. But okay. Oh, there he locked up again. There he's back.
I locked up again. Is it you or me? It's got to be you.
I don't know. It's probably me. My internet.
I'm hardwired. Oh, hold
when
on. More floor guns.
I'm hardwired as well, but when they upgraded the router. All right, I'm trying to see what that is. It's the light is not quite there. You go. You got to get it at an angle. No, that angle so it reflects. It's just a black blob.
All right.
Nope.
That's the VP9.
You turn it,
tray.
Rotate a little bit so that the light hit there like that. Now we have a chance of. Yeah,
there it is.
There you go.
There it is.
man, that's a
The
cool
VP9.
gun.
I love this gun.
Yeah.
For Trey, I figured Trey would be here. I was like, well, I'll throw some floor guns around. I was like, oh, I'll just grab 3 or 4 out of it.
What those have going for them, in my opinion, are a little bit more precision in the manufacturing potentially, but just mass. I mean, it's hard to overcome mass. You know?
I like the mag release.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part of because to me, if you were doing a competition shooting, just to having that mag release right there, just push down, boom, done.
Yeah. All right.
You got
I'm
floor
pulling
guns.
out the same.
He's got floor guns.
They're the same floor guns that I had before. I was like, they're the ones that are easy to get to.
I love that.
And I've even got it, so that we can see that the chamber is empty. There's no mag in it or anything.
I love that gun.
Yeah. So this is the ARX Zero S2 with the metal frame, the aluminum frame, and polymer grip. And I wanted to hold it up while you had the VP9 up, just to show, you put a little mass on guns like this. I think that's kind of the downside of the polymer guns that we've gotten so used to, is you lose some of that mass that soaks up some of the recoil. Yeah, you got to do some rotation till the light hits it.
There you go.
Yep.
But like I said, the grip.
Yeah.
And then the mag release. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to
figure
something out with lighting so that we can more consistently show product.
I know.
But anyhow, I like guns that have a little bit of mass on them, because it really does help soak up the recoil.
I agree.
All right.
But yeah. I told everybody I have floor guns and nobody's here.
Well, I'm here.
I know you're always here.
And then I need to weigh this one. The the same one we showed last week, the P40L from Grand Power. But this thing is just like huge. And if you look at the machining marks, let me see if I can get the right angle on here. Can't really.
No.
Oh, hold on. There.
Just right.
They're like long vertical lines. If I can get that there and roll it this way, you can kind of see them. So it's not a smooth arc. It's like they do different cuts as they do it. This is huge. It's like, I wonder how wide that is. We shall see.
Let me get my handy dandy.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has different calipers sitting.
I brought your favorite, the DBX, out.
Nice. Oh, this is 1.1. So this is over an inch wide. This is mass right here, but this is also a polymer frame. So, but it's still, even though it still soaks up the, even though it's 10 millimeter, it still soaks up that energy pretty well. All right. So that's all I'm doing with floor guns for today.
That's all you have for floor guns? That's pretty much all
I still got the 1911 down here, but I figure
your tiger stripe one.
I showed. I
like that one.
I don't want to keep repeating the same thing over and over.
All right, well, I got one more. Hold on. Since I brought it out. Empty. I don't know if you recognize it.
Yeah, you got to get that angle. There you go.
I'm working on it. There it is. The old Keltec.
Yeah, that's pretty.
The old Keltec CMR, baby. CMR 30.
Yeah, I'm actually not a fan of that gun. I think it looks super cool in use. There are a couple things they did that I'm like, seriously? Like the little charging handle thing on the side?
Yeah.
It's plastic, right? Like, why couldn't you put a metal one there?
It is.
Yeah. That pissed me off when Jose had one.
Keltec has a lot of polymer parts to them.
I bet someone like a Tandem Cross or some other aftermarket place offers like a metal replacement for that.
Oh, I'm sure.
That'd be good. Yep. All right.
I like these new microphone cord or the headphone cords because it's really long.
Yeah.
I can reach all the way back to the kegerator.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that for whatever reason, this setup with either StreamYard or with Melon app lets me use just a little speaker here,
Yeah.
and I've got my mic that's on a boom hanging out here, so my little condenser mic sits almost out of the shot here. Zoom in a little differently. If I zoom in on my head a little bit more, you don't even see the microphone, and
Yeah.
then I just don't wear headphones, and it's fine.
Well, I had
But with
to, I
the
mean,
echo cancellation,
well, I had the microphone here, and then I had we had the microphone, and then I had the speakers going through the TV, and I was getting echo cons. You're like,
messed
I'm
it
echoing
up.
it. So that's why I just like, screw
Yep,
it. Let's use these. Just as easy.
yep,
Power alarm.
yep. Yeah, and after it went off last week and probably the week before, I changed the battery. It's an APC uninterruptible power supply. It says, well, that alarm apparently means it was interrupted.
Interrupted.
So I put a new battery in it, and even a larger capacity battery, and it is still doing it. So I think that maybe that UPS has died. Maybe it's having some other problem, or see
Is
what's
it
running
outlet?
off
Is the
of
outlet
that.
jacked or?
My big computer is running off of that. If something in that computer is starting to fail and is periodically doing a larger current draw, then that could
Yeah.
it could be the overdraw warning. But the light blinks like the battery warning. So I don't
You'll
know.
know if you smell like
Maybe it's
electric
time to get a
fire.
new one. I don't know. But I tried to remedy that so it wouldn't go off again, and it didn't work very well, actually. All right, I'm going to switch this back here
Yeah.
because my little Gear Report reviews that's sitting right up here, there, was sitting almost behind the one that's sitting over your head.
I know.
And I was like, I kind of like having it there. There's just yet another thing I have to turn on. I've got to turn on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different lights
I'm gonna have to get
before we start the show.
I'm gonna have to get a
6
light.
different lights, and then
I
my
have to get a light,
microphone.
like a light up here to where I can shine down so you can see the gun stuff better.
No, you need
'Cause I've
one
only
like you need one in front of your screen.
Right,
kind
I've
of.
got one here and one over there, and they're
If
just
you put another one up high, though, you keep wearing hats. It messes it up. It's going to
I'll
throw
lower
shadow.
them down. Yeah, I'm gonna lower them down, see if I can fix that. Because I got to wear a hat because I don't have any hair. I have hair. It's just oh jeez. Do it because that was disturbing. Luckily he's wearing pants again, folks. Just so you're. One time you're gonna pop on here. He's gonna jump up out of his chair. Banned. But you would have been here to see it. Would have been fantastic.
Pays to advertise is what I've been told.
Really?
Yeah.
That's for the Gear Report OnlyFans.
You guys are offended by people with no hair? Fine, I will cover them up with
15 hats.
Actually, I've never. These are all new hats off of the pile. That I pick them up. We go to events, and I bring them home. And I try to give them to people, and they act all guilty, like, "No, I can't take your hats." I'm like, "That's why I got them. Is just so I can give them to people."
Let's see if you can see the hat tree I built.
Ah, yes, sort of. So that one, courtesy of Vortex.
There's probably 30 hats on the hat tree.
Yep.
That they're all from events, and I put them on there, and then I wear them. Like I'll keep certain colors for certain outfits, and then eventually I'll wear them to work. And then once I wear them to work, they're done.
Then they're done. Yeah,
they're destroyed.
This one says "SHOT Show Las Vegas" and "SHOT Show" on the front. I think it's
kind
of
that one. I never got that one.
I think it's kind of a mixed message because it has a target, but then it's "Don't shoot me orange."
Right.
So
I have the one like on your head now. I have that one.
Yeah. What do you want? This one?
No. Dude, I have
Are
so
you
many
going to
hats.
say
SHOT
one of
Show's
them?
coming up in like 2.5 months, 3 months. I'm going to have 30
We're
more
gonna have
hats
to talk about that too. Yeah, this one is
if I
got
get to
kind of a
go.
warm look to it. I kind of like that. Oh, is
Mhm.
that? Oh, it's mossy oak. I thought it was arbor wear. That says SHOT Show Las Vegas. So I'll go ahead and put the word. I'll go ahead for the audience and say, if you're like local, oh look at that,
SB
they
Tactical.
match.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Almost like you planned it. You're a magician.
not really, but I get lucky sometimes.
I got lucky twice.
Yeah, yep. Your two little tax deductions. So there's the another SHOT Show one.
I'm down to one now, Jeff.
Oh yeah, I'm down to two tax
She's
deductions. Lucky
lucky
shot.
shot. Yep. I got I'm down to one tax deduction.
Sylvan Arms.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I have done giveaways before,
You're right. We do need a Gizzard Gary hat.
and it was I felt like it was a waste. Like it wasn't appreciated, and it just pissed off the people who didn't win. And I was like, you know what? I'm never doing that again.
Right.
But now I got stuff piling up. I need to find a way to give stuff away that that I feel like it's worthwhile. And there's the comment you were referring to. I didn't even know Gizzard Gary hats existed. So
he is branded to. He's got like Gizzard Gary shoes, socks. There's Gizzard Gary belt buckles. There's everything.
really,
He's got the whole gambit.
there's an ant crawling around right here on my microphone. Ooh, get off!
Oh, my eye.
Yeah,
No.
that was
That
bizarre.
would have been awesome if he hit the screen. That would have been like it never happened again.
Yeah, or hit the right up at the camera. That would have been good.
Never again. Been like you all saw that happen live.
Gary's got a spreadshirt store. That sounds interesting.
We gotta step up our game.
So, you think our game needs some step upping?
No.
Probably does.
Yeah, probably. We'll see. It's in the description of every one of my videos. Really, Gary? I never look at them.
Gary knows that I don't watch videos, right?
He does.
I know it offends some people, but I mean, if I watch someone's video, that's
you're lucky. You're privileged.
Yeah. I actually don't know. We have a spreadshirt store. I don't even know how to find it. Like I set it up a few months ago, and where did I share the link?
I have no idea.
I wonder if it's on any of our video stuff. Let's
We're gonna find out, folks. Right here, right
now. I'm wondering.
Yep.
If we
So you get Jeff sidetracked, everybody. See what happens, Gary? Thanks.
Yeah.
I blame Gary on this one. But I didn't even know about that.
You didn't know we had a spreadshirt?
No. No, I'm working on getting some new stuff done.
Taking forever. You load now.
Hurry up. That tiny computer's probably like smoking.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, ever since they upgraded our cable modem, our speed has dropped to like a third of what it was, and it sucked before.
Really? God, I hate that.
It's really troubling.
We got we've got the fiber optics, and then it's now they're putting them like fiber optics everywhere. So people are all like, "What do you mean? The fiber optics is better?" I'm like, "Yeah, way better." I was like,
"Yeah."
Killian's he's in his bedroom. He's live streaming his video games. I'm in here streaming. Crystal's watching, some freaking Hallmark freaking something or another, and then Killian's he's got Hulu on his room as well. No problems.
He's playing, streaming, and has something on that he's not even watching.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah. Crystal's like, I don't know why the power bill's so high. I'm like, I know.
Yeah. All right. Do we have? I bet I don't even have a link in here. Of course not. That would make too much sense.
That was way too
No
easy.
wonder no one's bought anything. I don't even know how to find the link.
This will be the one time you find it and share it, and you're like, what happened to that one? Like, I don't know. Look, Gary put his up here.
Where is it?
I'm gonna go buy Gary's shirt right now. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
See?
Shop.
See what happens. You guys get Jeff sidetracked.
Look at that.
That's
Who's
funny, Gary.
George Grayson Cat. Those are cool. So shop, and then if I type Gear Report, no results.
Oh, geez.
I don't know. I'm just confused. I'm going to have to figure this out at some point.
Now, see, Gary, he's going to be sidetracked for days now.
I lost the one that had.
I'm going to come on to your show Sunday, Gary, and just disturb the peace.
Sounds like someone needs a marketing director. Dude, I had a marketing director. Well, I had a social media director. I've never had a marketing director for Gear Report. We should. Yeah. Who do you think would work for what I'm willing to pay? It's no one, probably. Even my cat has a spreadsheet. Yeah. But he has a marketing director. Well, of course.
George Grayson.
So that's his cat, I take it.
I think so.
Okay. All right. It's all coming together.
He's more famous than us, apparently. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. But now I'm starting to understand why I created this Spreadshirt shop probably 9 months or 10 months ago.
Yeah.
And we haven't had any sales coming through it. I was like, man, this was a waste of time. But apparently, like, I can't even find it, and I don't know how to share it with people. So I'm going to say, oh, wow. And all right, I don't even want to show this, but I'm going to, just because I find it entertaining. Let's see. I got to go to the screen, and we will show.
I want to see it
now. Which one? Okay, it's going to have to be that screen,
and screen then get canceled on all of a sudden.
No, like, I get all these emails from Spreadshop.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't read them. Like, no wonder this stuff isn't working. Look at all the emails I haven't read. I'm sure they've said something important in there. Oh, your shop is ready to go. I wonder where it is.
Confirm. Oh, God, I had to confirm it just 9 months ago.
I wonder. I'm going to log in on the other screen, see if it works.
Geez.
All right. So
at least you figured it out. Jeff's like the 200 emails that I have.
Sort of.
Something's in there. Might be important.
Sales tier, none, it says. But I still haven't found where it says what the link is. Maybe I never published the store. Maybe that's why no one's bought anything.
Maybe.
I mean, I was working on different designs. I've got, firearms and different Gear Report things up here. I was working on different designs. Store link. Maybe that's the store.
I'm working on the.
It looks like. Visit shop.
I'm working on the Gear Report firearm shirts now. I'm trying to get some of those made.
There it is. Hey, I found it. I got to copy this link.
Share that link to everybody. Everybody wants our gear. Our logo is fantastic.
Really?
I think so.
It is fantastic.
It is. That was a lot of work. That was hours and hours of work.
I have good people in my marketing and social media departments, people I can trust.
Yeah, but you have to pay them.
See, I've only got one personality, so if I had multiple personalities, that I could say that, you know, I've got good people that I trust. I have, so at Gear Report, I keep saying Gear Report really is a team effort, and we have someone in charge of snacks and beverages, which, I mean, clearly we have prioritized. Yes. Yeah. A director level person in charge of snacks and beverages. We had a social media director during SHOT Show last year, and I have gotten word that Jessica came with her husband to, and I heard that AJ will not be joining us for SHOT Show. But then I said, well, okay, that's terrible, but Jessica's still going to be there, right? And I've got no response. I'm assuming she's probably not going to be there, and it's a little disturbing. So you can see, maybe that's why stuff hadn't moved, is I don't have a lot of designs up. I mean, we do have a hat.
We do.
We got like the trucker hat thing here.
I had visors.
The price isn't too shabby. Yeah.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it on my other screen too. I'm intrigued now. Wow.
Yeah. We have hoodies. We got the
I'm getting an apron.
Grilling hoodies.
I'm getting an apron.
If you want to get some purple track and walk through weird neighborhoods, you can pull your hoodie up so you don't look suspicious.
I'm getting an apron.
Oh, look at that mug. That mug's gorgeous.
It does.
I actually probably need to get one.
You do?
I don't know.
You can't laser engrave one?
That looks nice. No, I don't have the attachment to do rotation stuff.
Oh.
And there are other ways like the dye sublimation that I keep seeing it pop up in Vine where I could get stuff to do dye sub on like mugs and cups and stuff. But like I already have the laser engraver and the vinyl cutter, and they keep me too busy between that and everything else that I do. So like, do I really need more stuff? Like then like Flying Rich keeps making, okay, here's a plug. See, Rich is probably checked in and checked out already, and I'm going to talk about him now. If you go check out Flying Rich, he has been posting some of the coolest 3D printing stuff I've ever seen lately. So you definitely need to go check that out.
He's got a bunch of those guys that all get together and they talk about all the 3D printing stuff that they have.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple of their videos and I'm like, all right. I don't have a 3D printer, so I'm out. Checking out.
Yeah, me. And also like when you watch them print the stuff, it'll take all day. And then it comes out jacked up.
Right.
Like,
crap.
That would just piss me off.
Oh God.
I would
take it bad to it.
I don't know that I have the patience for that. I've had really good luck with the laser engraver for most things. It's worked pretty well. There are a few things that it doesn't work on the first try and I got to start over, or I bump it while it's going and now everything's out of whack. But generally that's gone pretty good. The vinyl cutter has been great. It's a pain. Weeding vinyl sucks. I hate it. Part of me wants to get a screen printing set up. Like I could probably spend $300 and get a nice 3 or 4 station screen printing setup where I could do multiple colors and we could crank out whatever. But then it's like, yeah, that'd be cool making designs and the creative side of it sounds really interesting to me.
Yeah.
But actually stop what I'm doing to produce shirts.
Right.
I feel like that would be fun for the first like 2 or 3, and then I'd be like, this sucks. Why do I spend money?
Like, hey, you guys live here. Down to the sweatshop. I mean, down to the print room.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's I guess what I should learn from that is we've got the spread shop where like I can just do the creative part and then Just have it show
like
up,
that.
and then I
I like
don't have
that.
to deal with any other part. Now, if it shows up looking like this exactly, where the print is over the top of the drawstrings and everything,
Right.
that's going to be a little janky, in my opinion. But I'm assuming that that's just,
Mm-hmm.
an artifact from how this works. But
Yeah,
there it
I was
is.
excited.
All
I checked
stuff
it all
that
out.
people can-
I'm getting an apron.
and I should probably.
Yes,
Here's
I
what I'm
wore an
going to
apron
do.
when I grill people because I am a messy griller.
I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it to
Add it everywhere.
here. Yeah, the gear report. Oops. Catch up with me. Branded merch at our spread shop. And I was still typing and it quit. It just quit. That's awesome. There we go. Gear report. Our spread shop. Boom. All right. So I'm going to save that. And then I'll put that in the description of the next one. And then every one that comes out, because what I do is when I create the next one, I'll just kind of use the prior one as the template for that.
Template.
So every week, the spread shop link will be in there. That will make me happy. Maybe someone will actually purchase something, because now that I know, I haven't actually shared the link. And that's probably why no one's bought anything, because it didn't show up in search.
That's why the patches are so sought after. And I want to say I only had 12 visors made.
Really?
Limited edition run, yeah. I only got enough for everybody.
Have you put any on eBay to see how high they'll go?
No, I might. I've got one extra.
Yeah. All right. So where are we in the show? What else do we want to talk about before we wrap things up? Last call for comments. If you're out there following along, feel free to suggest something to talk about. Yeah, well, so SHOT Show
coming up.
We are going to need to start thinking about where we're going to stay and that kind of thing.
I've got
and book flights, and are we going to get a car, or are we just going to stay close, or what?
I don't mind the walking.
Yeah, I think that was okay to not have to worry about a car.
It is nice. I got Suppress Fest coming up in November. That'll be neat.
Cool.
So that is right across the state. Easy for me. It's funny because that weekend is probably the busiest weekend, because I get the Wannamakers goes on, and then Suppress Fest, and then they have CanCon going on as well.
Right.
And I'm like,
and apparently Mitch is going to be out at Wanamaker, so we'll have good representation around.
Yeah, I like I said, if Adam's event wasn't going on, me and Crystal were going to go to Wanamaker. She liked it out there. She liked because it was easy to walk around. She was like, "Yeah, this isn't bad."
Yeah,
and I was like, nothing like SHOT Show, Crystal. I was like, not even close. I was like, see how you can see to the other side of the building here? She goes, yeah. I said, you can't see the other side of the building at SHOT Show. And I said, there's many floors like that. She's like, I said, I don't know how many miles we walk a day. It's a lot.
All of them.
It is a lot of miles.
Yeah.
My Johnson & Murphys, they can only hold up so long.
Yeah, that's a little
they're so comfortable.
Crazy.
I have to do it just for ghosts.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Just be honest here.
No.
Nope.
I get my Vans. They're gonna rock SHOT Show this year. My Vans are
nice.
Unless it's raining.
Okay. Raining in Vegas. Yeah. That one time. Wanamaker, you will have 12 vendors in the space. One booth will take up at SHOT Show. Probably for some of the big booths. I mean, there are some big, like you go to Sig City.
Oh God.
Sig,
all those
Sig
guys.
City,
Sig, Ruger, all those guys.
I've never made it upstairs at Sig. I've been in the conference room several years, one of their conference rooms, and in their film booths a few times. But as one of my goals is to somehow finagle my way upstairs just so I can say, I made it to the top floor of Sig City.
That's right.
SHOT Show. What's up there? I think it's like executive offices and
you can just walk upstairs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's do that.
If they're there this year.
Yeah, if they're there. That's a good point. Okay. I think it's time to shut it down. So thanks, everyone. We'll see you at 9 p.m. Eastern next Thursday, because that's what we do every week. We get on, we talk about what's been published, what's in the queue, and whatever else we want to talk about, because that's how it works.
I might have some stuff in this week.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good. I'm working on getting some things published. Yeah. Awesome.
I need to. I'm close on like it's like I do like 4 things that are really close. Boom, 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 done. All right, I'm out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. With that, we're going to shut it down. Until next week, we'll see you at the range.